Hello, everybody, ladies, gentlemen, and Ambidorgables. Welcome to the Doogie Zone, or welcome for the very first time. I gotta be honest with you all. I've burned out. I'm sorry. I've completely burned out on all kinds of content creation, streaming, making YouTube videos. The whole team with the Doogie Zone, I've just burned out, to be honest. It's been a long time where I've been doing the same thing over and over again with weekly uploads, managing the team members, making schedules for them, streaming myself, trying to get networking going with other creators here and there. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really work out. So this is just a fully unscripted video telling you about the whole process, where I was, where I am now, and what's gonna happen in the future. I think that's the best way to put it. So I started making the Doogie Zone, or essentially the start of the Doogie Zone, around 2017, 2018, when I moved away from the place where my entire local network were and moved to another part of the country. That ruined me a lot. I became very lonely, and I felt that the only way I could build some kind of friendship, some kind of connections with anyone, was by doing what I feel I do best: entertain people. So I started doing Twitch for about a year under the name Woofy Plays. Very, very, very old name. That's the OG name. If you know, you know. And it was going pretty well. I was having a bit of fun with the different games I was playing, but I didn't have a direction, which made me feel like I was wasting my time. Then Mixer, that old website, if you know, you know, came out, which in my opinion was so much more interesting than Twitch in every single way or fashion. So I jumped ship. I know, crazy, right? I jumped ship and moved over to Mixer. Tried that for about 1.5 years until Mixer died. Until Mixer was about to be sold to Facebook. I was on a little bit of a break for a little while. And then I came back to, Twitch again. Despite the fact that I didn't want to go back on Twitch. I didn't like the pressure. I didn't like the feeling that it just had to be part of everything at once. It was driving me up and down the wall. So I did it anyways, because I felt, you know what, at least I will have some connections with some people. And of course, I'm not sitting here saying I didn't get anything. I've gotten some very nice friends out of this whole shenanigans, whole shabab. I've met some incredible people that I'm still very close to today. That I talk to pretty much as often as I can. That's not a bad thing. The bad thing was that I still felt I had no direction when I came back. So I decided in 2019 or 2020 that I wanted to make a brand for myself. Wanted to make something that was a little bit bigger than myself. So I tried making a brand known as the Doogie Zone that you know today. So I switched name to Woofy TDC from Woofy Plays. And started doing voice acting with JRPGs. It went okay, not a lot of interest, but it was still somewhat fun for me for a while. Then I lost interest in that, and I was like, I feel that when I have to voice act a game, it's so distracting having that chat going crazy. So I chose to just say, yeah, okay, I will start doing it on YouTube instead so I can record. That was a good idea when I made the YouTube channel, The Doogie Zone, because it enabled me to do my best job possible with the games that I was covering. I had a fun time covering Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. That was the first playthrough that happened on the channel, or let's play if you want to call it that. Anyways, I digress. It was fun, but when it was over, I felt empty. Let me put it that way. I felt empty. I didn't feel like I had anything new that would be as good, as exciting as my first playthrough through a game I had never touched before. But I still tried. I tried my best and said, you know what, I've never played Persona 5, so I'm getting into that one then. That didn't go well. I have not been enjoying it. It has been a frustrating time getting into the story, the gameplay elements, the overall flow of the game just feels off for me, so I didn't enjoy it as much as I'd hoped, which was a big detriment to my enjoyment of it all. Unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Not every game is for everyone. And I'm also more of a Shin Megami Tensei fan anyway, so it was about time that Persona kinda, got sunset in my mind. And I think it ended with 4. 5 is, not really my cup of tea. Anyways, let's get to the important part, the burnout. The burnout really started taking its toll on me when I decided that I wanted to make a video essay. So, I started the video essay, I started doing the purpose of the video essay. I have recorded, I have looked at all the kind of things I needed for editing. I have downloaded so many images and memes and stuff like that to be able to use it for the content. But it was so difficult just making a 6.3 minute video. That editing process was driving me nuts. I'm still working on it to this day, and I started this project 1.5 years ago. It's actually crazy. I cannot finish this movie or finish this video essay for the life of me, and it's short. It's not even those 40-minute bangers. Excuse me for a second. So, where does that lead us? It has led me to a point where I felt that I couldn't stream. I was getting too focused or obsessed with the thought that I hadn't finished all the videos I wanted to finish on YouTube, so I put myself back into that and focused on that. But within those 2 weeks that I've had quote-unquote content vacation on, I have been playing a lot of competitive games again. And I haven't missed making content at all. I haven't had the smallest bit of drive or motivation to go live or to record something or to go into the editing booth and do some editing. I haven't had any want, any desire for it. And that's the problem, right? I don't have the motivation. It doesn't feel right. And also, I'm sorry that I'm using a mirror, but that's because I don't really know any other way to do this, since I'm pretty much a noob when it comes to the whole VR chat thing. So, apologies. But anyways, it burned me out so hard that right now, as it stands, I will not be continuing for the time being. I will go on a longer hiatus and chase a different dream. But in the meantime, I will still stream, but it will not be the content that you're used to at all. No. It's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be very different. I will focus on multiplayer experiences because I know I can always stream those without feeling bad. I'm dropping Persona 5. I'm not gonna hassle with that game anymore. I'm just gonna finish it off stream. You've gotten more than enough to know that I don't like it, and I don't want to continue subjecting you to me not liking it. So that will be dropped, and that will also go into my panel on Twitch where it says games I've completed and dropped. It will go into that. because I am so done with it. I don't want to play it anymore. It is, or like, I want to get it done. And the longer I have to like sit and focus on voice acting and all that kind of stuff, I'm not gonna get that game done. It's gonna take way longer than needed. So I'm just gonna finish it off stream. The video essay I will upload in its unfinished state. Just so you get it. Just so you can see how much effort I put in. So you can see an actual product being released. But I don't know if I'll finish it. I'll try, but I can't promise anything. So, where does that lead to Dougie Zone? Will this like just end? Will all of this just end? Will I stop doing YouTube and content creation and all that stuff altogether? Maybe. Right now, as it is, at this end of 2024, I am not feeling for doing content. Oh, 4? We're in 2025. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. I mean, here at the end of 2025, I do not feel any want to go into content creation 2026. Like, at all. I do not have that desire. At all in my mind. I'm instead gonna focus on some competitive endeavors that will actually fire me up and give me motivation and drive. I've been talking a lot to like different people about my motivations and how they've shifted over the years. And there's one thing that has never like disappeared from me ever. And that is my competitive nature. I love playing player versus player games that has a competitive scene. I love that so much. That's why I've done esports casting for years, and I've been on several teams, and I even made an esports organization. I mean, I have been all around the grassroots scene, and I miss competing. I miss that feeling of me being good instead of me making other people good by supporting them in their endeavors so they can focus on the training. Now it's my turn to shine. It's my turn to be one of the good players. That's how I feel. So, for the foreseeable future, I will focus on a different endeavor. You might not hear a lot from me, but I will still hop into people's streams and say hello and all that kind of stuff. And for those of you in the TDC team that are watching this video, we're gonna have a meeting. Don't worry. We're gonna have a meeting and figure out what to do in the new year and all that kind of stuff. But for my personal experience and my personal endeavors, I'm gonna take a break on content creation in general. I'll try to get the unfinished essay out so you can see that I tried. And then of course get that tier list uploaded. But after that, you won't see a lot of content from here in the nearby future. Maybe you will see me be a little bit more spontaneous with content. Like sometimes you will see a video, sometimes you won't. The Digimon Survive playthrough, I will try to finish it, but that will be like whenever I feel for it. It's not gonna be on a weekly basis. I'm not gonna stress myself out with that. And then I just hope that all of you are fine, doing well. Because quite honestly, the world right now is very terrifying. A lot of changes are happening very rapidly. And I know that I'm just adding to that pile by being indecisive about what I want to do with my life. But just know, deep down, I appreciate every single one of you that have stopped by all the streams, that have been watching the videos, that have been commenting. I really appreciate the comments. That's gold for me. Seeing any kind of interaction on the videos I work on. And I just hope that if I ever return to form, that all of you want to be with me on that journey. Because I would need all the kind of help I can get. As it is right now, the only problem with my burnout has pretty much been any other factor but you. All of you have made it worth it, but there are so many challenges in front of me that it just feels like an insurmountable impasse. And I have been so scared, anxious about telling you all this, because quite honestly, I felt if I made this, it would be the end of this channel, the end of all my content creation, all the money I put into equipment, all of that, just thrown out the window. But I know you deserve better. You all deserve better content from me. You deserve my very best I can offer, like in Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and I haven't provided it for over a year. So I think it's time for me to sit back, go back to the drawing board, try something new, and get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I hope to see you in another adventure in the Doogie Zone.